The best introduction to Tokyo, the world's largest city, is to go to the world's highest building, the Sky Tree. We're on the first deck, which is 350 meters up. With a structure like this, I guess earthquakes are not going to be a problem. From the Sky Tree, we're going to walk across the bridge you see down below to the temple just across the river and to Ueno Park. Tokyo, the world's largest city, a population of 38 million. Even Barbie is up her tree here.
I'm a Barbie girl and I am Tokyo, and the view is so fantastic.
There's Sue making a wish for Eden. And they come pouring out of the lifts. We're now on the top deck at 450 meters. And now for a bit of fun standing on the glass bottom. This is the monument to Essex beer. In fact, this is their headquarters. Now, the whole idea was that this is an inverted glass with foam coming over the top. But the locals call it dog's vomit. And the final shot back at the Sky Tree. It's a public holiday and everybody wants to visit the Jimsue temple. Jimsue is reported to be the oldest Buddhist temple in Japan. This gallery in the Ueno Park was designed by the French architect Le Corbusier. It's now the Museum of Western Art. It's the azalea season in Japan. Tokyo is a city of incredible contrasts. From the old buildings, there's still a lot of those left. But sooner or later they have to give way to the skyscrapers. An example of Tokyo's marvelous transportation systems. Here we have it all. Railway lines in the background, overhead freeway above a canal with boats, and everything is so remarkably clean. Not one scrap of garbage in the canal. A little yellowwood tree.
I thought they only came from South Africa.
No, here they are in Tokyo on the side of a pavement. Azalea time in Tokyo. And here we have lavender and an impepu plant.
Heliochrysum, yellow for the son of the gods in Japan.
The pavements all have these delightful flower boxes. Today we're traveling overhead on the JR rail line. This is our station, Hamamatsusho, big office district. It's our station, Yarakucho. And the young Japanese family. Our first visit is to the International Forum Center. Designed with a system of cubes. Architecture with the green touch. Ginza, one of the most expensive shopping areas in the whole world. You got $500,000 to spare for a handbag? Get your Bulgari here. Or what about some Cartier? A watch or two? Or maybe Chanel's just up your alley. And there's Louis reflecting at us through the window. $11.42 in the Ginza. No, we prefer a Tag Heuer watch. Maybe they're closed today. It's Sunday. If you want to be chauffeured around the Ginza, you have to go in style, in the rather vulgar looking Toyota limo. Sue's hitching a ride, but she's not dressed for the occasion, so they're not going to stop. And here you are, Anton, Sony's headquarters in the Ginza. This is the main crossing of the Ginza on a very, very quiet public holiday. It's one of the busiest intersections in the world. We're now going to visit the Imperial Palace Gardens. And this is the moat that goes around the whole complex. The Imperial Palace. The new emperor was crowned 5 days ago. So I guess it's about time that he had a nice rest. And we're going to sit under the Ginkgo biloba tree. All the streets in this part of Tokyo, the Ginza, have these trees on the sides of the streets. Tokyo's main station is modeled on Amsterdam Centraal in Holland. We're now in Shinjuku, where there's some pretty interesting architecture. The Tokyo Municipal Government offices, designed by Kenzo Tange. Even Shinjuku's got its turtle population. And how's that for size? And how's that for contrast? Now the other side of Shinjuku, this is where all the people action is. The busiest part of Tokyo. Now we've seen it all. Here's the smoking area on the street, because in Japan nobody is allowed to smoke on the street. The famous Shinjuku crossing. Sunday afternoon in Shinjuku, and everybody's out for a little stroll. buildings are tiled on the exterior, so no painting, maintenance. Wake up, South Africa. Totally maintenance free and super spotless clean the streets. Now these are all the apartment blocks near to our hotel, and this is where your average Tokyoite lives. And immediately opposite, you won't be getting claustrophobia because there's always a beautiful park around every little corner. Now in Tokyo, being the world's largest city, you're going to run out of space. So what do? You create islands in the middle of Tokyo Bay. And you start whole new cities. Here we have the Fuji building by the architect Kenzo Tange. So there you are at liberty to expand right into the ocean. We'll give the beach a miss today. The scale of this land reclamation is absolutely enormous. There in the background we see the last of the new islands. Within a few years that'll be covered in skyscrapers. And here we have your ultimate robot. The German Beer Festival on Odaiba Island in Tokyo. So if you're willing to part with 1,500 yen or $15 for a half liter of beer, well, here you have it. On the giant big wheel on Odaiba Island, one of the biggest in the world. The very top.